I'm totally with you, and I think I've become a lot more open-minded
Sure.
for that matter because I was, like I said, I was very anti. And then you think about it, a lot of people, they don't have that, right? They're older, or they have
Yeah.
like certain disabilities, or they just they can't think further than that, and it's
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like you can tell them, oh, like get out of your bubble, get out of your comfort zone. And it's that's all they want, right? And
Yeah.
at the end of it, everyone has their own meaning of life, and their own perspective. And
Sure.
if they want to resort, that's cool, right? That
Yeah.
is, you're right. You said it. You summed it up perfect because some people do have only a week, and they're like, I just want to go sit by a pool because I don't have a pool. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't, have these tropical beaches and this
Yeah.
over here, and
Absolutely.
I just want to sit on a beach, and that's
Yeah.
all I want to see. I don't want to go see some ruins that's wonder of the world over here that's
Yeah. Yeah.
half an hour away, because Chichen Itza's right there, and they're like, I don't want to go there, and that's fine because, again, everyone has their own perceptions on how they want to,
Live
live.
life
And
or whatever. Yeah.
exactly. So now I'm like, now I talk to people and I'm like, okay, like that's cool, like that's what
Yeah.
you like, and that's what you prefer, and that's totally understandable. Some people want that luxury, some people want adventure, some people want to. Everyone has their own
Yeah.
way of putting it out there.
Yeah. But it's funny how people can change too, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
like it's one of those things that
Yeah.
if you don't experience something, like you might, like again, like last year, I didn't ever do a triathlon, didn't ever do an ultra. I didn't no care to do one.
Yeah.
But you start doing them, and like the experience becomes like addicting.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not to say that you shouldn't, travel because again, or you should travel necessarily, but it's the idea that you should kind of just like think outside the box sometimes. Think that there's more to life than just this one avenue, right?
Yeah.
And we're always growing. We're always developing our perspectives, and we're trying to shock that system. So it's a good back and forth. You want to decompress, you want to live life the way you think life is supposed to be lived, but there's a lot to going outside that bubble and doing something that you might not necessarily think this is going to be the greatest experience, but it can definitely open your perspective. And you might find you hate it. You might go travel somewhere to Belize, Iceland, and be like, yeah, that was the worst experience ever. I never want to do it again.
Yeah.
Cool. At least you tried it. At least you kind of, gave it a shot, and then you figured out, okay, man, like I really do just like to decompress, and that's fulfillment to me,
Yeah.
right? So it's a back and forth, but you'll find kind of what works for you eventually,
Yeah.
right? For sure.
Yeah, and I think that's it's a good, yeah, like you summed it up pretty well because that's exactly what I want to take one of my buddies because I have all my group, my friends, and they're all for it. They're always
Yeah. Do they go with you quite a bit?
No,
No.
the opposite. They spent like $2,000 in Cancun, right?
Okay.
They went 2 or 3 times now, and it's like, hey guys, like and I don't mean to compare to them, but I was like, I spent, I think like maybe 1,000 or 50, and I did like 100 times more things than they did, right? Because they just sat on a beach
Yeah.
and they went partying, and that's all about. That's all about all they did. And
Yeah.
so he was one of them, and he was like, yeah, I want to experience back. So he was one that came out there, and what you're saying is like, maybe he's like, I want to see the other side of it, right? I want
Yeah.
to see. And I told him it's not like some dingy hostel, that you stay in
Yeah.
where your like stuff gets robbed and you don't know where your shit is. It's like not like that,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very up to date and modern, and
It's a tough selling feature.
you'd be surprised some hostels compare against resorts.
Absolutely,
They
100%.
are a little pricier, but they are up there. And I tell people too, and you can vouch for this when you go backpacking or wherever. They're like, "Oh, you're alone, right?" It's like, dude, I had to fight to be alone in Thailand. Like, I met some wonderful people,
Yeah,
but there was times like, I want to know what it's like to be alone for a few days again.
Yeah.
You're meeting so many people. Like you're having games night, you're having a food night, you're having this every night of a hostel thing planned where you get to meet
100%.
different individuals, and you're
It's
just
so
like,
cool, man. Like,
yeah,
it's even if you're an introverted person,
you become an
you
extrovert.
become
You get it,
extrovert.
yeah.
It's fun. Like if you're introverted, you're still a social being.
Yeah.
Right. You still like the idea of connection and relationships, right? And like
Yeah.
it might not be the most like again, I didn't love going out till 4 a.m. in Thailand and Germany when I was in Europe and stuff like that. But I did it, and it was a fun experience. Not
Yeah.
like I wasn't like all in, but again, it was like I went outside that comfort zone. Like I'm not a big drinker, but like I
Yeah.
would like Germany, man. They started drinking and going to clubs at like 2 a.m. They started. I'm like, I'm in line at like 3 a.m. like getting into the club. I'm like, what is going on
Oh
here?
my
And the
God.
boys are talking. I remember these two German guys, right? They're beauties, right? They took me kind of under their wing, and they're talking about like going like to the next club and the next club. I'm like, what time are we gonna like get back to the hostel? And they're
Yeah.
like, well, like when the sun comes up, we'll still be out. And I was like,
Isn't that mental?
Jeez,
How their
man,
culture is
like-
like Argentina was the same thing.
they
Like
just wanted to go.
they have dinner at 10.
Yeah,
I kid you
man,
not. And they're like,
wild.
yeah, like our pre will be around like they don't even know much about our pre. So like, yeah, we'll start around like 1-ish, 2, and then like 4 sounds good. And I was like, what? And I'm like, when does it end? They're like 8, 9, and I'm like,
yeah, man.
and over here it's like we're like 10 to 3. It's
And
like
the next day they're
it's
up around 12 doing
They're good to
something,
go.
and I'm like, whoa, man, this is.
I
gnarly
love the
shit.
culture of like just like South America, Europe in general, because I think over there is like I always get this like mixed up, but they go like they don't work. No, they work to live, I guess.
Yeah,
live
yeah.
to work.
Yes,
Over here
yes,
because they have met their work schedule. I think is a lot less. Their work week is a lot
Sure.
less.
Yeah.
And over here, it's like when you say, it's becoming a lot more accepted to go traveling. It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay, like it's not before then you were considered a hero. You're going to Thailand.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going over here. What? Like now it's like, oh, okay, I guess I could see that, right? But
Yeah.
over there, it's like, oh yeah, you're taking a year off to go Asia. Okay, cool. Like
Yeah.
everybody else does it, and I love that. I love that it's accepted
Yeah.
to a point because they grow a lot more. They get outside their comfort zone, like we said, and they get to see. We said travel. Travel's a great teacher.
Yeah, man.
And the people
Absolutely.
you meet, you become a lot more open. You
Yeah.
become a lot more chill. I feel like you conquer a lot more.
Yeah.
I guess of your demons and your
For
your
sure.
weaknesses. You overcome
Yeah, man.
quite a bit, and it's such
Life
a
experience.
cliche.
Like it is life
Yeah.
experience. Like
Yeah.
you see people come out of school and they lack the life experience, right? They
Yeah.
have a degree, they have good education, they're intellectually smart, but they don't know how to communicate and connect with people. And that's
Yeah.
a huge thing. A lot of employers now, like Gary Vee, he's a huge advocate of. He's like, I don't look at resumes. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like that's one way or another. Like I have my degree. Do you have a degree?
I have like I guess advanced diploma, like
Okay,
and
sure.
animation and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So like we have something to back it up, but like it's under the impression now, like if you meet someone and there's like a good connection, and you kind of get to know their background and they're impressive that way, that's going to go a lot further for people than being like, I have all these credentials, but I don't know how to interact, I don't know how to communicate, I don't know how to work in a team environment. Like those things are invaluable now.